And returns to our screens after 2-week break this weekend. Spanish Grand Prix Sunday 2 p.m. We'll definitely get something for you during the week as far as looking ahead at that one. So do stay tuned. We know you'd enjoy having Sasha in studio to speak about the Formula One season. So we continue right now, and well, in an attempt to raise funds and awareness for the plight of children born with cleft palates and palates rather, Operation Smile ambassador Keegan Longueira broke the Cairo to Cape Town Guinness World Record cycling record. Longueira arrived at the V&A Waterfront, Cape Town, 59 days and 8 hours, thereby pioneering his way to world record holder status while changing the lives of hopefully 2 kids in the process. He joins us right now, Sports Live. Keegan, welcome to the show. I know when our show producer said this is what has happened, we said, look, let's try and get him ASAP into studio because these are the type of stories that rarely get mentioned, and you did it. The problem though is, my guy, come on a bicycle, Cairo to Cape Town. Let's start there. How did that come about? I mean, what gave you to say, I'm going to do this?
Well, I was researching on the internet one day just about like cycling records and endurance records, and I remember I was at my girlfriend's house and I found this record, Robert Knoll, Cairo to Cape Town, 70 days. So I got my calculator out and I worked out how much I could push per day and what my body could handle, and I think from there I just said, you know, this is something I want to give a shot. You know, I'm gifted to be able to do something like this, and why not take advantage of it and raise money for charity while I do it.
Let's start there actually. Operation Smile, the Miles for Smiles initiative. Tell us more about that, because obviously that's what led you to take this up.
Well, Operation Smile is very close to my heart. Basically, it's a charity that does cleft, lip and palate surgeries for kids all over Africa. A surgery costs 5,500 Rand. And basically what happens is I raise money, and then they go and do these missions and actually do the surgeries. And I've stood in one of those surgeries, and it's just incredible to see a child's life change literally on the table there, from a lip being completely damaged to repaired, and they can smile again. Yeah. So it's awesome. It's
not too bad actually. I think I see here you've raised something like they've raised about 8 million Rand to facilitate just under 200 corrective surgeries for Operation Smiles.
Yeah.
So you're doing I think it's one of those, when you see it happen, as you said, that money becomes priceless at the end of the day, because it's what it does for that kid that is more important.
Definitely. I was at an event the other day and I was speaking about the charity, and you know, the money means nothing, but a smile is priceless. So it was just absolutely incredible to be part of changing somebody's life. And I think the charity, it's tangible. You know, you can see where the money's going. Completely transparent. It's awesome. I love to be part of it.
Now take us through your cycling. I mean, again, I sit astounded by 59 days, because surely it can't be easy. I mean, you think of SADC region, South Africa, Bots, Zim, that's fine. You know, you can do a race around Joburg anytime. The thing is, for you, it wasn't the first time. You've done quite a few of these. I think you did Witbank at one stage, to Clipperfield, am I correct? There's quite a few that you've done.
Yeah, I've done a couple.
But this one is pretty much extreme, so to speak.
No, this one was massive compared to anything I've ever done. And I think that's what made it so challenging for me. I mean, getting in the plane and taking off and landing in Cairo just with your bicycle and realizing this is the way I'm going to get home. You know,
because I was just about to say, you leave here on an airplane, it's fine. Hey, aircon, hello, lovely. You come back, it's you and that tent as we see it right now on the screen. Literally, that's how you lived.
Yeah, no, it's sometimes you can't even describe what the things you go through on a daily basis, but it's just amazing, you know, how you start and the transformation that occurs while you're on this trip. And but I mean those smiles and raising money for the smiles really keeps you going. So it gets pretty lonely at times, but I think it's easier to do what I did. You know, when I get home, that's when things get difficult, you know, like paperwork and sitting in the office. So for me, I really feel like I was born to do this.
I mean, you mentioned a couple before we start the interview how you know it changes. You know, every country you go through. You cycle alone through Cairo. Just take us through your countries. So you leave Cairo. You cycled for how many days through Cairo?
Through Egypt, right? So Egypt, if I'm not mistaken, 5 or 6 days, and then you cross into Sudan, and people are telling you, man, Sudan is just crazy at the moment. Don't go through there. And then you experience such a beautiful country, friendliest people ever. And I mean, then it's Ethiopia. Ethiopia was really tough. A lot of mountains, kids throwing rocks at you, people spitting on you. It was just like really tough for me emotionally, physically.
I was looking at something of some of your mentions throughout. I mean, I was doing research on you. It seemed that you enjoyed Ethiopia more. I mean, some of the best food you said you had in Ethiopia as well.
The food was incredible. It was the only country that I actually put on a little bit of weight. I mean, it doesn't make sense, Ethiopia, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's got the most incredible food. Goat's meat on this bread called injera. And it's just awesome. I really love the hospitality, yeah.
So then you leave Ethiopia, coming further down?
Yeah, Ethiopia, then you go into Kenya, and then again, northern Kenya is crazy at times, you know, it's very unstable. Kenya and Tanzania, and then Zambia, Botswana, and then finally South Africa.
I mean, you make it sound so easy, like, just down the road, you turn left, then you go through Bots.
Yeah.
Then the question comes in, what do we do for people sitting at home and saying, look, I mean, I'm not going to cycle from Cairo to Cape Town. How then do I maybe, let's say, Keegan has done his bit. How do we help out?
Well, I think for people just to donate as much money as they can, you know what I mean? Every bit helps. There was people donating 100 Rand at times. There was companies donating surgeries, 5,500 Rand at a time. And I mean, just the donations that go into Operation Smile, you don't realize what a difference it's making. And to talk about it. I mean, to say Operation Smile and to say a charity like cancer, everybody knows what cancer is.
Yeah.
But to say Operation Smile, my goal is that everybody knows about it, you know?
Yeah.
So let's talk about Operation Smile.
I saw something. I mean, well, I asked our director to put up your account numbers and how to people can donate money for you for Operation Smile. I saw also another clip when you arrived in Cape Town. Family waiting for you. That must have been a breath of fresh. Well, not necessarily a breath of fresh air. Yeah. It's just that weight off your shoulders and something say of achievement, so to speak.
Yeah. No, it was really special to arrive there. I was it was almost like I was in shock first, and then it started to sink in when I remember jumping into the water. I wasn't even allowed to jump into the water at the waterfront, and I went freezing cold water. There's like a seal lion on the side, and I remember going down under that water and coming up. It was almost like a baptism, and I said to myself that I'll never be the same again. My life will be changed. I will love more. I will do more with my life. You know, so that was like when I touched that water. It was freezing cold, and maybe that triggered the thoughts, but for me that was...
And this was literally a month and a half ago. I mean, you came back in March.
I came back 2nd of March.
And from then, I mean, do you know how much you raised from Cairo to coming down here, or is that still still coming in bits and drabs, so to speak?
That's the thing. I mean, it's almost become like sustainable, where people are donating every month, or which I love about it. So I would guess we've probably done about 30 to 40 surgeries. So 5,500 Rand times 30 or 40, which is awesome. And we're hoping that that goes more. My goal was to raise as many surgeries as how many days I was on the road. So 59 days, 59 surgeries, that was the goal. So if we can get to that number, I'll be over the moon.
Yeah. Well, Keegan Longueira, tell you what, I'm going to ask again to put this up on the screen. That's where people can get hold of Operation Smile. In fact, that's the account details, right? Operation Smile is the account name. Bank is Standard Bank. There's the account number, 0704315566. Reference Cape Track. Please, Hoy Money. I know that some of the politicians are watching this channel. Mr. Mbalula, I know you're watching. See, Sports Minister loves these kind of things. So, Mr. Honorable Minister, please, Hoy, look something there for Keegan Longueira. Keegan, thank you very much for joining us right here on Sports Live. Guinness World Record holder, and obviously the biggest one is Operation Smile, is what we're about, raising funds for all those kids, and hopefully it is a good deed. I'll still tell you now, though, I'll never do it. Would you do it again, though?
Sure.
Not anytime soon.
Yeah, if the record's broken, I would definitely give it a thought. Yeah. But I mean, the things that I've learned, it's awesome, and I'll take it to other things in life.
Yeah. Keegan, thank you very much for joining us on Sports Live. We'll take a quick